Well, it's your boy Modog here. We've all heard the news by now. The Chargers are moving to LA. It's kind of a punch in the face, kick in the nuts, middle finger, spit in the face, whatever you want to call it to the fans. But I was saying this all year, it was going to happen. They've already hurt us last year with this. We already had our last emotional game when we beat the Dolphins. That was our last game last year. This game, this last season right now, or this season, was just something just to piss off the fans and to stress us out even more. The team, like I was saying this whole season, lost on purpose. They are the only team in the NFL, and yes, this is a record, I heard it on the NFL Network, that 15 out of 16 games, not 15 out of 16 games, what was it, 10 out of 11 losses, they blew a fourth quarter lead. There was no team in the NFL that has done that. So, to me, this team lost on purpose. But like I was saying, they're pushing away the fans. This was something to push away the fans more because Dean Spanos was going to move. They had this whole thing planned out. If he wanted to stay in San Diego, they would have stayed in San Diego. They've been trying for the last 16 years to get a new stadium deal, but Dean Spanos was not going to budge because he wanted it in downtown. San Diego wasn't going to do that. They offered Mission Valley. He should have stayed in Mission Valley. A lot of land. There's a lot of places in San Diego, a lot of land. A lot of desert areas. But he didn't want that. So now, we lost our team. And yes, this is bumming me out. So, as long as they don't rebrand the name, I'm still going to be a Charger fan. But we're going to be a lot of memories I had in that stadium. A lot of games I went to. My favorite game will still always be in 2008, the last game, when we went against the Denver Broncos, when we were 4-8, and the Broncos went 6-0, and then they were 8-7, and we were 7-8. And whoever won that game won the division and went to the playoffs. We ended up kicking the Broncos' ass, 52 to 21. It was my favorite game. I went back to back to Qualcomm. I went to go see them, and then I went to go see the Chargers again the following week when the Colts came in 2008 in the playoffs, and one of my favorite wild card games. The only playoff game I went to, the Charger fan. I'm in Qualcomm. I never went to any other playoff games besides that one, when we beat the Colts in overtime, thanks to Darren Sproles. But we had a lot of memories. They brought us many divisional titles. I bring out the football now. I know a lot of people like to not talk about it, but yes. Our only championship. We were the first team in the West to win a championship. We won the championship in 1960. We went to the championship the first 4 years our team started, and we won the fourth year. And then we went to the Super Bowl in 1994. We won the AFC Conference Championship. This is the only conference championship that we have. The team went to 4 or 5 AFC championships and only won one. Had a lot of bad luck with this team, especially with the Spanos ownership. I'm just very bummed out. Now what I read that if Dean Spanos does go to LA within a year or two, he will be given the ownership to his son. So I'm glad he won't be the owner anymore. I just don't know if I trust his son. I don't know. When Al Davis died, it took Al Davis' son forever just to get his team into the playoffs. So who knows what's going to happen with our team. That's if we stay the Chargers. All I know is I'm very bummed out. Now we're going to go to LA, and we're supposed to be sharing the stadium with the Galaxies. That stadium's about 30,000. I want to see that stadium even going to sell out. LA does not have that big of a fan base. San Diego didn't have that big of a fan base because San Diego is such a great city. Everybody wants to be there. You can sit there and love your Broncos and your Raiders and your Cowboys and Green Bay Packers and all that, but fuck those cities. It's all about San Diego. San Diego is the greatest city. The perfect weather for the most part. Perfect tailgating weather. The beaches, the restaurants. It's just a great place to be if you can afford it. I lived there for a while. I loved it. Couldn't afford it. Moved to Michigan, bought myself a house. I can afford it out here. I don't regret moving. I love California, but I don't regret moving. I'm only 10 minutes away from Detroit. I can go to the city anytime I want to, and I don't live in the city, but I'm next to it. There's so many memories in Qualcomm, so much history with the San Diego Chargers. Watching one of the greatest running backs of all time, Dane Thomason, Darren Sproles, Junior Seau, Phillip Rivers, and Drew Brees, even though Drew Brees wasn't that good with us. Well, he was good, but wasn't that good. Sean Merriman, even though he don't last that long, and he was on drugs. And Antonio Gates. A lot of times watching, a lot of people, a lot of memories since 1998. Well, I might edit this video a little bit, cut it down. I've been actually looking to post this. I posted down this video a few months ago of the AFL Championship game 1963. It's only 4 minutes. This highlights of the game. I'm going to post it on the end of this video. I just figured it might as well, since this might be my last San Diego Chargers video, because I'll be talking about the LA Chargers next year. So we'll be posting the championship on the end of this video, showing the clips. If anyone who hasn't seen it, because I'm sure if you're a Charger fan, you've seen that clip. It's the only championship we got. We were the first team in the West to win a championship. I don't know if the 49ers did. I know they were up before us, but we did before the Raiders. Raiders got their first championship in '67. And KC, I think they got theirs in the 70s. And I know the Broncos did it until '98. But yeah, this is really bumming me out. But I've been talking to Andrew Marcus on Instagram, and John Jr. on Facebook Messenger. I know my boy Mark's probably disappointed that I am. I have a few friends on Facebook who are Raider fans that are bummed out about this as me, because they live in San Diego and they feel like this is disrespectful to the fans. I'm not going to say that we had the greatest fans. Our fan base has been iffy. But at the same time, our team and our ownership has made our fan base iffy. When you give us a Super Bowl team and you don't show up, you're disrespecting your fans. When you only take us for our money and you don't play the game, we're not going to show up. Hell, how many teams have said they never had a blackout game? Only the Green Bay Packers. I know this team was established in Los Angeles, but that was only supposed to be for a year, before they moved to the Jack Murphy Stadium or whatever, in '61. But Los Angeles has a bunch of teams. They don't need another team. How many teams do they have? 20? They got the Los Angeles Angels, which is still in Anaheim. They have the Dodgers, and the Dodgers are an on and off again fan base. The Clippers fan base fucking sucks. The only reason the Clippers showed up the last couple of years is they got some winning seasons. The Lakers fan base has been dying off because Kobe retired, and they had a few bad seasons ever since they won their championship in 2009? The Kings, I mean, I guess they got a good fan base. They got the Galaxy. I don't know, they got a bunch of teams though. They just have a bunch of teams. They have minor and major teams, they got 12 or 13 teams in LA. To have the Rams there was always stupid enough. They had 2 football teams before. They had the Rams and the Raiders, and they couldn't sell out those games back then. And the Raiders were winning Super Bowls in the 80s. And their fan base was dying off because when you stop winning, fans stop showing up. That's just how it is. Bandwagon fans sell out games. There's too many teams in LA. Now you're adding another football team that's not going to do so good. Unless the Chargers happen to win the Super Bowl next year, their fan base is not going to grow. You're actually cutting off their fan base. The Chargers, I guarantee you right now, the Chargers will not be making money. They will be losing money. I guarantee it. I mean, that's pretty obvious, but I'm guaranteed they're going to be losing more money than they think they are. Less people will be buying their merch. All this San Diego Charger gear will probably be going on sale pretty soon. If you're a Charger fan, San Diego Charger fan, that'll probably be your best bet is to wait until this stuff goes on sale. Now you'll be able to afford anything you want, except for maybe the jerseys, because they don't say San Diego on the jerseys. But if you want to get any merchandise, there you go. I might pick up a few things, because now San Diego Chargers and San Diego's going to be rare. We'll be in Los Angeles. I'm not going to be changing my stuff to Los Angeles. Anyway, I know I rambled on too long. Enjoy the AFL Championship 1964. Charger crew, Young Link, Thank You 55, Andrew Marquez, Ryoga Saleh, Charger Fan 94, and to all the other ones who I'm not naming right now. Great Heisman and all that. Mark. This really is a dark time for the Chargers. I know Andrew, you might be a little excited for the Chargers going to LA because you live in LA. Right, for the rest of us, it is terrible times. Gene Spinals, fuck you.
The American Football League Championship game was held in San Diego. It matched the San Diego Chargers against the Boston Patriots, and offensive fireworks were predicted. The Chargers' Tobin Rote called on his great fullback, Keith Lincoln, right off the bat. Lincoln broke through the middle and left the Patriots hanging in his wake. Rote carries it over himself from short yardage for the first touchdown. Chargers ball again. Rote pitches wide to Lincoln, and the versatile fullback is off and running. Boston tries to fight back. Babe Pirelli lets go with a long one, and Gino Cappelletti's got it deep in Charger territory. Pirelli hands to Larry Guerin, and he rams it in for a Boston touchdown. This time it's Paul Lowe's turn to scamper. Just watch him turn on the juice. This is one of the great runs of the year. Pirelli tries to get his club back in the game, but Earl Faison has different ideas. The Chargers are moving once more, and Rote calls on that man Lincoln again. The Patriots are sure this guy can't be human. Boston tries everything to close the gap, but they can't break the long one loose. Rote goes to the air. And yes, it's Lincoln again. Keith is having the greatest day of his life. The Charger fans are ecstatic. Rote sets up his fakes beautifully as he looks to Lincoln, and then tosses to John Norton, who has a clear highway to pay dirt. Lincoln's not finished yet. He takes another pass from Rote and tiptoes down the sideline for another long gainer. The Chargers are really rolling. Rote unlimbers his arm again, and Lance Alworth, a great flanker back, makes a tremendous catch and scampers home. The Chargers can do no wrong. Now it's Johnny Hadel's turn to fire. And on a fine play, he hits Lincoln for still another touchdown. Keith Lincoln is the overwhelming choice as player of the game, and the Chargers crush the Boston Patriots to win their first American Football League championship for their head coach, Sid Gilman.